You know why you're here. Let's start. Alright, let's kick things off with some heat. Garry has finally responded to Joaquin Buckley's wild claims about his wife. Even though Buckley's already booked for another fight, he's still going after Garry. This all goes back to when they were originally matched up for UFC Tampa last December. Earlier this week, Buckley posted a video on Instagram showing a quick run-in with Ian and his wife. But instead of leaving it at that, he went full TMZ, narrating over the clip, saying Garry's wife bumped into him, used the baby as a shield, and then allegedly whispered, "I'ma see you later tonight." Yeah, Buckley really said that. Now Garry isn't staying quiet anymore. He sat down with Ariel Helwani and had a few things to say. Let's roll the clip.
You can piggyback off of this or not, you can comment on it or not, but can I just say, and I saw what you had to say in the post-fight, I'm uncomfortable with this Joaquin Buckley stuff. There is a line being crossed here, and I don't think I don't think it needs to go there. You could sell a fight, you could pick a fight, that's the game. This is uncomfortable for me to watch. How do you not respond? I saw you didn't want it to, this is different stuff, no?
It's just desperation. That's all it is. It's quite sad. It's desperation. He can't generate enough talk about himself by doing the stuff he does, so he needs to try to piggyback off other people. It's okay though. Let him be him.
Is he in the crosshairs? Do you need to get that one?
My man's focusing on trying to get all the content he can with me this weekend. Meanwhile, he's got a fight. He should focus on his fight, get his fight done, and then we'll see where the future goes.
Do you think he wins that
Meanwhile,
fight?
I think he runs through Usman. I don't think he wins him. I think he demolishes him.
Okay, so then he's kind of in the picture then if he wins that fight.
Again, I still think it's Bilal next.
Yeah.
And then I think I win the belt, and I know I can. And then I'd absolutely welcome up Islam and Shavkat rematch. Either order of that, but that's the way I'm going with it. Because Shavkat is the number one contender, but I injured him, so he's out for a while. So when he comes back, everyone deserves the respect to let him go next. That's what he earned that night. But if Islam wants to come up, he's the pound for pound number one. So it's either way. I don't see that. I'd beat Bilal, and then it's Islam or Shavkat next, and then the other one will be after that.
That's scary. Scary like the scar on my uncle's back. No one asks where it came from. We just nod. Tom Aspinall just made history, but not the kind the UFC should be proud of. He's now officially the longest reigning interim champion in UFC history. 535 days and counting. That's longer than Renan Barrow's 532-day reign. Longer than my cousin stayed in army to avoid his wife, and she still waited. Meanwhile, Jon Jones. He hasn't defended his title once, but he now sits as the second longest reigning UFC heavyweight champion with 785 days. Only Cain Velasquez held it longer, 896. Fans aren't celebrating. Social media is lighting up with backlash, and it's aimed directly at Jon Jones and Dana White. One poster on X didn't hold back.
There is nothing legendary about his time as heavyweight champion. He's had one title defense and he's ducking Aspinall. Anyone else and the UFC would have stripped him of the belt by now.
Yeah, Mr. Fergie. In my village, if you hold something that isn't yours, eventually someone comes to take it. Tragic news has emerged involving former UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou. According to multiple reports from Cameroon, Ngannou was allegedly involved in a motor vehicle accident during the Easter weekend in the Omnisports neighborhood of Yaoundé, the capital city. The incident reportedly led to the death of 17-year-old Ntama Bridget Manuela. There are conflicting accounts regarding Ngannou's exact involvement. Some sources claim that Ngannou's car struck a motorcycle carrying the girl. Others allege that Ngannou himself was riding a motorcycle and collided with the young woman. Authorities have not yet confirmed which version is accurate. What has been confirmed is that Bridget Manuela sustained multiple serious injuries, including several fractures, and was transported to the hospital in critical condition. She was taken in for emergency surgery, but due to the severity of the injuries, she passed away during or shortly after the operation. Although the incident occurred several days prior, it did not become public knowledge until after the young woman's death. This has sparked criticism and concern over the lack of transparency, especially given Ngannou's public profile and influence. It has been reported by local sources that Ngannou covered all of the medical expenses during her hospitalization. Still, many have raised questions about why he has remained silent publicly, especially on his social media platforms, where he normally maintains an active presence. As of now, Ngannou has not released an official statement, and there has been no public comment from his team or management. No official police report has been made publicly available at this time. The situation remains ongoing, and we will provide updates as more verified information is released. Until then, all thoughts and condolences go out to the family of Bridget Manuela. May she rest in peace. Here is sequence from the Believe You Me podcast with Michael Bisping discussing the tragic events.
Yeah, oh man, and I mean, listen, it's awful. 17-year-old girl. And some people are saying that maybe he was on the motorcycle because the reports are still a little... I was looking online before and sitting in the sauna when I saw this, when Harrington texted it. I couldn't believe it, and the signal was kind of bad. But regardless, there's been some kind of collision. A girl's lost her life. You got to remember, Ngannou Francis, should I say, he lost his son not too long ago as well, and was dealing with that. There's just been a lot of tragedy surrounding him, man. It's just an awful situation.
Yeah, especially if it's just some circumstance and bad situation and a complete accident, and now you've got to deal with that, especially after everything that he just went through, like you were saying, with your son. And now, not the kind of headlines that you want to be a part of. And credit to him, you can tell he's a good guy, man. He obviously seems like he went through everything he could to try to help the girl, and
it's the guilt, though. It's the guilt of having to live.
That will break you. Yeah.
To having to live with that for the rest of his life. Obviously, his son has just passed away. It was about a year ago now, I think, something like that. He was only a baby, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
so his baby boy passed away. Then he's involved in a collision that his daughter the young girl dies, 17 years old. I was talking to someone the other day. He was at my house. Came around to give me some neck treatment. His son is 16 and he got him a motorcycle. Motorcycles, man.
That's it for today. If you enjoyed this, consider subscribing, so I can finally afford to fix the leak in my ceiling. It drips only during heavyweight title negotiations. Are you still here? Well, now that I have you, I wanted to ask you for a favor, like friend for friend type of favor. But of course I have principle. I will do my part. If you know a guy who installs roof tiles for cheap, preferably accepts old UFC gloves as payment, send him my way. I can give him a small soup of borscht too. It's very good. Babushka made it before she passed away.